another episode of Batavia Spotlight, where we get to know more about community organizations and businesses here in Batavia and in our local communities. I'm Ellen Huxtable, your host. And today I'm very pleased to welcome Steve Warrenfelds, who is the chairman of the board and the president of the Fox Valley Music Foundation, in addition to his full-time gig, which is working, of course, with Kiss the Sky. So welcome, Steve, and tell us about the Fox Valley Music Foundation.
Well, the foundation was formed officially in, I think it was November of 2014. But our roots go back much further than that. And by the way, I'd like to say thanks for having me.
Anytime.
Okay. Sorry about that. But yeah, our roots go back much further than that. And we're a group of Fox Valley area music lovers that were brought together by the Blues on the Fox Festival that takes place annually in Aurora. And some of us have worked on that festival for a number of years, and some going back to the very beginning of that festival. But that's that little festival, which is now a big festival, is what really drew us all together. And I'll try to keep this short. But any case, the festival was something that was our baby, near and dear to our heart. We managed it, we operated it, we were the ones that negotiated the deals with the groups that would play, and we did everything from setting up the chairs and tearing down the stage and all that kind of stuff to handling the bands. And we did that up until I think it was around 2012 or 13. And that festival started in 1996, so a number of years. And the city of Aurora decided that they needed to privatize that or hand it over to somebody with a little bit more firepower and knowledge in the music industry than they themselves had. And the city was very much involved in that festival as well. It was like a partnership between the city of Aurora and the Fox Valley Blues Society. And so when they handed it over to the Paramount to run and operate the festival, this little volunteer group that was running the festival found themselves without really a festival and a purpose and a mission. And so we decided to form the Fox Valley Music Foundation so that we could kind of carry on and do the things that we were doing and that we loved, and that is to help promote and bring really great music to the Fox Valley area.
So what is your long-term vision? What do you envision for this organization?
Well, I think our short-term vision for the foundation would be to have Paul McCartney open up the foundation's new venue when it opens this fall. But in the long run, I think that our vision is very simply to help promote and help educate people about the music in the Fox Valley area, and educate people about music in general, and all music, not just one particular form of music, but all types of music. And we kind of describe the foundation as, if you take the Old Town School of Folk Music, which you are very familiar with, if you take that and you take Space in Evanston and City Winery and you throw it in a blender and spit it out, there you have the Fox Valley Music Foundation.
So are you looking to focus on events and programs, or are you looking to focus on archiving, or what aspects are you interested in?
Good questions, because the answer is yes, yes, and yes, all of that. Certainly we're looking at the live music to be the catalyst, if you will, or the thing that drives and carries the foundation and generates revenue and profit that we can then funnel back into programs, educational programs primarily, that may not generate revenue. We envision having a lot of music education programs that are free and open to the general public. So
there'd be concerts and performances, as well as classes potentially, and things of all sorts of natures.
Yeah, to get back to your original question on long-term vision, when we're fully operational and healthy and up and running probably 2-3 years down the road, we envision having live music taking place at our new home in Aurora at 21 South Broadway called The Venue. We envision having live music taking place at least 3 to 4 nights a week, and then doing programs and events on the other nights.
So what styles are you interested in bringing to that venue? What types of music?
All.
Some examples of all?
Everything from gospel and bluegrass to classical to rock to world music. And when we say world music, it could be music from almost any part of the world.
So world music is everywhere from the world.
Everything from the world, yes.
So now tell me a little bit about your involvement. Certainly one of the other things you do, of course, is Kiss the Sky. And so let's take a couple minutes to talk about Kiss the Sky and how involved you are in the music community already.
Well, oddly enough, thank you for asking. Oddly enough, Kiss the Sky is celebrating its 22nd year in existence. And so it started right around the same time that the Blues on the Fox Festival did. And it's coincidental, but I became involved in the festival back in 1997 as a vendor myself. So we have this little record store called Kiss the Sky, and in 1996 we opened up on Randall Road in Batavia, where the Jewel food store is located. We like to think that if it wasn't for us, Jewel probably would have never survived there. But
absolutely.
I think maybe the opposite is true. But yeah, we're a small little independent record store who and maybe not so small in terms of being involved in the music scene, because that's what, besides selling records, which that's what generates the revenue and allows us to open up the door. We have always been very involved in live music, and in fact, when we opened up in '96, we had a permanent stage built into our space in that strip mall. And if you go back to '97, '98, the early 2000s, we were doing shows on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at the record stores. So
for people who want to know more about the Fox Valley Music Foundation, how do they get a hold of you?
Well, they can certainly go to the website and contact us that way. And we're pretty active on Facebook as well, so social media is a good way to get in touch with us. And you can come into Kiss the Sky and talk a little bit about it, and would love to do that. And certainly when we open up the venue, come visit us at our new home, which is going to be at 21 South Broadway, downtown Aurora.
Thank you so much, and thank you for joining us, Steve.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. And we'll be right back after these messages from our sponsors.
The Kane County Chronicle is your best source for news and information in print and online in the Tri-Cities and Caneland.
This is Chronicle Country. This is Chronicle Country. This is Chronicle Country.
This is Chronicle Country.
This is Chronicle Country.
The Drendel and Jansen's Law Group has practiced law in Aurora since 1961 and in Batavia since 1994.
We focus our energy on representing people and businesses and families in the local community.
We represent clients in Kane and surrounding counties in matters ranging from divorce to wills, business law to zoning.
We focus our efforts on planning and working towards positive resolutions for businesses and families.
When clients need someone to fight for their interests, we're ready, willing, and able to act as aggressive advocates to protect their interests.
Drendel and Jansen's Law Group, with offices in Batavia and Aurora, and located on the web at batavialaw.com.
Welcome back to Batavia Spotlight. I'm Ellen Huxtable, and I'm here now with Kevin Drendel, who is a board member for the Fox Valley Music Foundation and also the president of Drendel and Jansen's law firm here in Batavia. So Kevin, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
I'd love to know more about the projects that the Fox Valley Music Foundation is going to be undertaking.
Well, there's a lot of things that we've done and a lot of things that we want to do. We continued to be involved in Blues on the Fox We consult with the Paramount. We support them. We have a booth at Blues on the Fox Festival, and we'll continue to do that. That kind of is our roots. But we have branched out from that. We've had singer-songwriter workshops that we've conducted throughout the area. Most recently, we did one in conjunction with the Paramount, and that was a big success just recently. We've done some archiving, researching and archiving music history in the Fox Valley. We've done some symposia of the recordings that were done in the Leland Tower in Aurora in the 1930s that were the inspiration for Blues on the Fox. There were about 320 blues songs recorded in Aurora that became staples of the Chicago area blues scene in the 40s and the 50s, the British invasion in the 60s, and so on. So there's a lot of history, and there's a lot of tie-in of that local history into the music history of the country, as a matter of fact. So trying to preserve and capture and make sure that people know that history is part of our mission. We have been loosely involved in recording some of those songs that were recorded in the 30s in the Leland Tower. Steve Warnfeltz and Scott Tipping actually took the lead on recording an album with some Chicago and local area musicians who did about 15 or 16 of those Leland Tower songs. In the kind of, they kind of updated them to the 50s, and it kind of
more modern,
but kept it true to the originals in terms of the melodies and the quality, and it was very well done. Hope to do some more of that in the future. Would love to obtain rights to those songs and continue to kind of promote that local history and take it forward. We've got a Riverboat grant for doing a living history music project, which will be a series of interviews of people that have ties into Fox Valley music history and trying to preserve that history through some interviews. We're calling that the Live History Project, as well as archiving. We've talked about creating a Wikipedia site that would be full of Fox Valley music history. We may need volunteers for that. We need, this will be an organization where people can roll up their sleeves and get involved if they want to. And there's lots of things to be involved with. We've been doing Blues and Roots on Water Street in Batavia. This will be our 3rd year. Combination of a stage in Kiss the Sky with Water Street Studio in between and another stage in the dock, which is kind of an indoor festival. We've got 5 bands playing this year. We've had as many as 6 playing in the past that alternate over through the course of an evening. Great little indoor festival. We hope to do that in the future. So we do have a venue in Aurora. The city of Aurora has rented us a building that the city owns downtown at 21 South Broadway. That venue is being built out right now, and we'll have performances going on a regular basis at the venue. We hope to expand beyond music into other things.
Okay.
So we have, and there's actually a lot more than that. I probably don't have time to tell you all the things we'd like to do.
Well, tell me a little bit about organizations that you might like to work with.
Well, we strongly believe in community. We're a community-based organization. Music is a communal thing, and music touches everyone's lives. But so does art, and music is one form of art. So we don't, we are the Music Foundation, but we also want to bring in the other arts into music, and we'd like to take music into the other arts. And so we'd love to collaborate with the local art organizations, and we actually do already. We've collaborated with the Batavia Main Street, which is a community organization, with Water Street Studios, obviously, which focuses on art. There's collaboration with the Paramount. Obviously, Paramount is doing performance arts, and we'll continue to collaborate. And the sky is the limit. We want to be involved in what's going on in the local art community and beyond.
So if people wanted to know more about the Fox Valley Music Foundation, especially if they wanted to maybe get involved and volunteer, how do they get in contact with you?
Well, there is a website, Fox Valley Music Foundation website. There's a Facebook page.
Okay.
There are volunteer opportunities, for instance, with Blues and Roots on Water Street. It's a great way to get involved and also not just volunteer. You can sign up to volunteer for a segment of time, but then to be there.
That's true.
So volunteering is not just work. It's fun. And then, of course, archiving and researching history. I mean, people can take the tail by the bull by the horns or the tail, whichever end you want to take.
Some part of the bull.
And do research on an aspect of local music history that will add to what we're doing. And at the performance venue, we're going to need help with that. We're going to do some of the work ourselves in terms of the build out. So there's lots of opportunities. They can always anyone can walk into Kiss the Sky and talk to Steve Warnfeltz. He's very accessible. That would be a good way of trying to plug in.
Excellent. So there's something there for everybody.
Just about.
Kevin, thank you so much for joining us today.
You're very welcome.
Thank you. And we'll be right back after these messages from our sponsors.
Hi, I'm Tom Wangler, President of Confident Air. Regular maintenance can prolong the life of your furnace and keep your energy costs to a minimum. Plus, there's less of a chance of a breakdown on a cold winter night. Your furnace needs proper care and attention to keep it running smoothly, so you don't end up paying too much for heating during the cold winter months, or worse yet, with deadly carbon monoxide poisoning. We recommend an annual inspection to ensure safe operation. Confident Air, your trusted home comfort professionals since 1992.
Batavia, Main Street. DowntownBatavia.com.
Welcome back to Batavia Spotlight. I'm Ellen Huxtable, and I'm here today with Melissa Mercado, who's the Executive Director of the Fox Valley Music Foundation. Melissa, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Ellen. Very pleased to be here.
I'd love to know more about your venue that you're developing in Aurora.
I don't know if you have that much time.
We can do our best.
Boy, we have been in the thick of it for a couple of months. First, we had our agreement with the City of Aurora and went through all of council and things to get approved for our venue at 21 South Broadway. And things are really moving along. We've completed the first stage of our demolition, and we're now in the middle of second stage. We have our architectural drawings and renderings. They're in city permits right now, waiting for the stamp of approval, and we are just chomping at the bit to get going on new construction.
So what is the space going to look like?
It's, as Steve mentioned, it's kind of a conglomeration of things, Old Town School of Folk Music, et cetera, et cetera. But the interior is going to have kind of an industrial vibe. And it's a very old building, an old brick building. It's been around for ages. It actually has a historic significance in downtown Aurora, and it was a former Woolworths. But our look will be a little bit different. We'll have two stages. One will be our main stage, and then we'll have a smaller stage. And the thing that'll be unique about our building is that it's adjacent to a green space, and we intend to cut a large hole in the wall with a glass garage door that we can easily lift and utilize that green space next to us for outdoor activities in the summer. So that's where our second smaller stage, we'll just be able to roll it right out there and invite the community to listen to some great music.
So that's wonderful. When are you hoping to open up this?
We are looking at, our hope is to be open by October 1st. Will we be, give or take a week or two? But that's what we're shooting for.
That's great. And I know that Steve had mentioned some of the things that you're hoping for. In the space, what are you looking for putting into the space? What's going to be in your space?
We'll have several different components. The first, as you enter, you'll be in a small retail space, and in that space we plan to feature music from local and regional artists, as well as some of our tried and true items, Blues on the Fox posters, vintage posters from, previous foundation collaborations will go in there. And local art, will also be a big factor in that retail space.
So it's going to be, as Steve mentioned before, not only just the music, but a very well-rounded venue for the arts in Aurora there.
Exactly. Besides the event space, we'll also pay homage, through artifacts that we've all collected over the years that are musical in nature. So we'll have a small museum-type space and feature those type of articles throughout as not only decoration, but also, the history and how things have played into, growing the foundation over the years.
You're going to pack a lot into that space.
We are. And that doesn't even include our foundation offices. We've needed a home for so long, so we'll have those in there as well.
Now, how is the foundation funded?
The foundation is funded through donations and grants. We're pretty active in going after grants for local and regional music and presenting, as well as educational. We have that component through our music history and oral history programs. So, we are on top of those things. And
so there'd probably be opportunities there for memberships. There might be opportunities
absolutely.
There for corporate support.
Oh, always. No donation or gift is too small, and definitely the membership will drive it. But we hope that the retail and then the revenues from the actual touring artists will sustain us.
So regardless of whether you're looking to volunteer time or maybe become a member or certainly see the concerts or support it on a corporate basis, all of that is opportunity.
Absolutely. This is a community music experience, and it starts with the community involvement, so we will definitely go after that on all levels. We want people to feel at home there, that they come to this great space and have a great listening experience and own it and have pride of ownership in having helped to build it.
So it's going to be a home away from home for those that love music in the community.
Exactly. They say that, home is where the heart is, and the pulse, the beat of that heart is music.
So the activities are going to be a wide range of things, and people can go there and do lots of things.
Sure thing. We hope that, artists will come there to collaborate, also coming and listening to the music, is just a small part of it. We want people to be able to utilize this space, not only when there's a performance, but during the day, to meet there, to, find like musicians, put together their own jam sessions and bands and practice. And we intend to have instruments available where if somebody is looking to find a partner for a performance or a gig, that they can come in and kind of get together and do so.
Wonderful. So if people want to find out more about how they can help support this wonderful venue and this wonderful venture, how do they learn more?
They would go to the foundation website, foxvalleymusicfoundation.com, and check us out on Facebook. We join our mailing list. That's the best way to find things out, and you can do that on the website as well. We blast out regularly with the information and calendars. So
wonderful. Well, Melissa, thank you so much for joining us today.
It's been my pleasure, Ellen.
Thank you. And thank you for joining us for another episode of Batavia Spotlight. I'm your host, Ellen Huxtable. Catch up on previous episodes on our website, mybatv.com, and follow us on Facebook at BATV1017. Thanks for watching.